Hey you guys, Coach Jen here. So as a lot of you know, I am also a nutrition coach, and so I want to start sharing some information for you guys. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it brief because I know a lot of people don't like long videos, myself included. So today I want to talk to you about, are you eating enough? So this is something where people don't necessarily think of when it comes to their nutrition, their performance, is the question of like, are you actually eating enough food? One, to support, your workouts, right? Like, we're all here to get stronger, get fitter, maybe change our body composition. And if we're not eating enough food, then that makes it really hard. So some common signs and symptoms that you might not be eating enough food, there's a lot, but these are kind of just the main ones that I'll see is hunger. So whether you just have like an insatiable hunger, like all the time, you're always hungry, or you're just never hungry at all, right? Like none of those things. You don't want to be on either opposite end of the spectrum. And the another one is performance. So you can't get to like a second gear inside of your workouts, meaning you start a workout and pretty quickly you like bonk out. That's not normal either. That's a sign of under eating, under recovering, not taking enough rest. The other is you don't see improvement. So maybe you've been coming to the gym, you feel like you should be like getting stronger, but your lifts, like you're not improving. So that's a big red flag that you're not eating enough or maybe not recovering enough. And sleep is a big one too. If you are having trouble staying asleep or falling asleep, that can be a really big red flag that you're not eating enough food. And so how much food you need is going to vary drastically based on, your activity level, how lean you are, your stress level. So it's not a one size fits all, and it's really hard for me to say like this is how much you should be eating. There are definitely ballparks that we can look at based on, your specific metrics, but one of the best ways to start is even if you don't suspect you're under eating, if you just have no idea how much you eat in a day or on like a daily basis, then I think it's a really good idea just to have that baseline knowledge. So I am more than happy to take a look at like, hey, this is a couple days worth of intake. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, I would love to do that. I love talking about this stuff. I could talk about this stuff all day long. So one of the best ways you can do that is using a food tracking app like MyFitnessPal. Absolutely, you can write it down to recall it. But if you go one step further and you're already going to do that, you can enter it into a tracking app like MyFitnessPal, which is free to download. And you enter in like, I had 100 grams or I had 1 cup of strawberries, and it'll tell you how much protein, carb, and fat that has. And at the end of the day, you can see like what were my overall calories, but also like where was my protein, carb, and fat at. Not only is under eating really common for a lot of people, but also most people under eat protein. And I will tell you that protein is the building blocks of building muscle, and you need to have enough protein in your diet to build muscle and to sustain muscle, and for a long list of other reasons. So are you eating enough? Do you suspect that you might not be eating enough? And if you are, I would highly encourage you to track food for a couple days. And again, I would love to give you some feedback on that. And if you have any more questions, please let me know.